So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back.
On 2.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really wanted him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 88 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here we go. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. They go play action with Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He'll buy some time right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. 21-0 our score after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll try again, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson up the good, and it is 28-0. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Taken down at the 30. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set your...
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He's going to air one out. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Lawrence will throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Take it at the 37. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He spots his tight end Keene over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Burrow on play action. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To the air again, Burrow. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different...
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Here we go. Play action. It's Burrow. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get into halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11, 11.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence down around his goal line. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for a situation.
Under pressure, they got him again. Joseph Osai, able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Taking on the midfield logo. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff running through the middle, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Burrow will throw. And now here's another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards. points. And the Jags are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And the Bengals grab it. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
We have played 3 quarters.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
11. 12.
Now it's Burrow. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow looking to pass, sliding out of the pocket. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
ETN bringing in another one. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Now Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high?
Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, and nothing good. And it will move the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Lawrence to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now here's another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. I think think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Jags are going to get the football back at their own 17. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy.
And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Gun. Stop. 11 mighty. 12.
Now Burrow. He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.